everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing JUJU's newest album, I. Before we get started, I want to remind you that this is simply my opinion of the album, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. JUJU is back with a new album in 2018, and it's hard to believe it has already been 3 years since her last one, considering how she has constantly been releasing singles and cover albums in between, and yet here we are today with her new album simply titled I. Now, I enjoy JUJU's music a lot without being completely crazy about it, and that is why I didn't pay much attention to the singles released prior to this album, and actually that allowed me to really savor this album as a whole. Now let's talk about this one because I have a lot of things to say. First of all, let's start with the basics, the flow of this album. It is so excellent. From the first song, Love Is Like, to the final song, I, every song blends with the other in such a beautiful way. I fell in love with this one quite hard. Another thing that I love is how JUJU always innovates and at the same time stays true to herself. And the sound that established her success as a singer and on this album really transpire how there's still this very classic J-pop sound, like on the ballad Tokyo, or the song Ano Yoru no Futari, while also having this very jazzy theme on songs like Love Is Like, Iwake, and suddenly, out of nowhere, you get a song like Let It Flow that is near tropical pop music, and it brings such a fresh touch on this album. Of course, other songs on this album are more what you might expect out of a JUJU album, like the song Risky or Roll the Dice, but even so, there's a quality to these songs, and you can really tell there's been a real work from JUJU and her team to make this album as coherent as it can be, and honestly, I had an amazing time listening to it many times by now. Because of You is actually the only song that I'm not too crazy about because it's a fairly typical J-pop ballad and there isn't much that stands out of it. Roll the Dice is by the same team that worked on songs like Hot Stuff and Playback, and out of the three for me it feels like this is the least interesting one. You can definitely feel the need to reproduce the success of those fun and addictive songs, but it falls short on this side of things and the chorus is a little bit too lackluster to really work as well as the other ones. In the end, I think I is an excellent JUJU album that on one hand keeps her classic J-pop sound and on the other hand she still gets to experiment a lot. For me it is the most coherent and the flow is incredibly well handled here, and that makes the album feels relaxing and incredibly enjoyable as a whole, and even if it's not a flawless album it still delivers quite well, and that is why I give it 4 stars. Thank you for watching, don't forget to tell me what you think of the album down below and I'll see you next time.